Hello, good morning to all of you. Today we are going to see new concept, new topic that are the biological diversity and its concept. In this we are going to see what is meant by biological diversity and their concept. We know that is a diversity or the biological things. Biological thing that means it's are the living. Those things are living we consider as a biological. That means plants, animals, microbes, bacteria, viruses. That are the those are the living component we called as a biological organism. And diversity is nothing but there is a variation between the large organism and the small organism, or the in the variation in biological organism. That means the smallest to smallest individual also there, and the largest to largest individual also theirs. So there are the number of variation are present in such biological such area is known as a diverse area. Let's see concept of a biodiversity. I have previously explained some terminology like a biological organism and the diversity that are the included here. Let's see, it has estimated more than the 15 million species of plants and animals and microorganisms are existing in the world. Out of these, about the 1.4 million species have been identified so far. Each species is adapted to live specific in an environment, from the mountain peaks to the depth of the sea, from the polar ice cap to the tropical rainforest and the deserts. All the diversity of life confined only about the 1 kilometer thick layers of a lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmospheres, which forms the biospheres. Through the study of environment of ecology, quite old, the term biodiversity has been introduced by the Walter Rosen in 1986. The biological diversity or biodiversity defined as the variety and the variability among the living organism and ecological complexes in which they are occurring. Such concept is known as a biodiversity. I have explained previously our earth having the one spheres. In that spheres living life are existing. That sphere is called as a biospheres. In that biospheres variety of species are present. That may plant, that may be animals or the microorganism. And the variety make a variation. And such variety and variation in a biological organism called as a biodiversity or the biological organism diversity. Let's see what are the significance of biodiversity. Biodiversity, beside its ecological significance, provide socio-economic, monetary asset to the nations. Human society depend on the biological resources, their diversity and ecosystem that sustain them to provide the essential goods and the services. Okay, one thing keep in mind, the biodiversity, it is a big asset or the big sources that gives the number of a benefit to the number of benefit to the humans. Let's see which are benefits. First benefit, that are the, it is a socio-economic and monetary asset. Socio-economic, that means a social development of human is depends upon the biodiversity. Then monetary asset, monetary, that means a maintaining balance in that development and the industrial growth. It is the main source of a biodiversity. And biological organism resource diversity, ecosystem sustain the provide the essential goods, and a number of product we are using daily or the yearly, that are comes to different types of plants and animals. So all that goods are available due to the biodiversity. If there are the only one type of organism is present, if only one type of plants are present in nature or the biospheres, there are the no number of no variation will occur, no different types of product will be occurs. For example, we can imagine that is a one type of plant. For example, mango, it is one plant in the biospheres only. There are the number will be increases in the mango plant, but at one level we cannot them use. So they make a variation, make a better life. and the better lives that make goods and the services. The value related to the biodiversity can be grouped in three categories. The biodiversity value can be categorized into different groups for such as productive uses. I have explained it has the first most important rule, that is the product. Number of a product are formed due to the biodiversity. We have know that is the number of industry are based on the plants and animals. So the product is depends, or the product is due to the variation, and the variation is considered as a biodiversity. Let's see, this is a sign to the product that are commercially harvested, exchange in a formal markets, and therefore the only value of biological resource that is a concern in a national income. Biodiversity provide the many products such as the fuel, timber, fish, fodder, skin, fruit, cereals, and medicine. In 1994 and 95, the income from the agriculture, forestry, and fishery in India was nearly 30%, or 736.88 billion rupees. That are the importance. That is the product wise important. That means there are number of product are made from due to the biodiversity. Okay, let's see that are the first product use. Then consumptive use. Consumptive use, that means useful for the human. Consumptive use, that means the forest animals, forest plants is directly consumed by the human. Consumption related natural product consumed directly. The goods do not come under the normal circulation of trade. For example, significant number of non-timber forest, the product of soft broom grasses, cane, come under this category. So I have explained direct consume, number of product. Some product are processing and then come into the market, then human are using, that is our product use. And some product without any processing, without any techniques, that directly used by the human, such type is known as a consumptive. Then indirect use. What is my direct? Indirect, that means without any processing. Let's say indirect use of biodiversity, it is much significant because this value related to the primary function of an ecosystem and concerned with the national accounting system. They may provide indirect benefit to the non-consumptive values: maintenance of ecological balance, conservation of natural resources, prevention of soil erosion, and be considered as the example of indirect biodiversity. Indirect, we cannot see directly that biodiversity affect on our life, that are the indirectly. For example, soil erosion, we know that soil erosion are taking place, but that biodiversity are also helpful for the avoiding the soil erosion, maintaining the environment balance. Then conservation of the natural resources. There are different type of natural resources, human are dependent on that, but biodiversity keep them conserved form. If biodiversity lost, that resources also become a lost. So there are some indirect example. Then types of biodiversity, there are the three types of biodiversity. Biodiversity, variety of all living things, the different plants, animal, microorganisms, genetic information they contain in the ecosystem. Ecosystem biodiversity explore in three levels: genetic diversity, species diversity, and ecosystem diversity. Let's see, I have explained previously biodiversity, that means a different level, different organism, that may plant, animal, and the microorganism. That means bio living things, and variety, that means diversity, that means variety, different variety are available. Let's see, there are three types: genetic, species, and ecosystem biodiversity. Let's see genetics. Genetic biodiversity, which includes the variety of gene within the species. We have seen the number of species, but there are the genetically different, that means phenotypically also different. Such diversity is considered as a genetic diversity. That means two species or two organisms, they have a same name, but their characterization is different. And characterization is different. For example, two animals, one animal living in a their comfortable zone and another living in the uncomfortable zone, and due to confirmatory zones, that animal proper, they perform their proper activity, proper characters, and it's due to their gene. And that animals living in uncomfortable zones, that gene become inactive, and that character also changes. Such type of biodiversity is considered as a genetic diversity. Each species has made individual have their own particular genetic composition. This means the species have a different population, each having the different genetic composition. To conserve the genetic diversity, different population of a species must conserve. Genes are the basic unit of a life on the earth. They are responsible for the both similarity and differences in organism. I have previously two organisms that having the same name, same species, but their genetic constituencies are different or the similar, that create the differentiation in that diversity. For example, two organism having the same genetic constitution, that means the two organism are the same genetic diversity. And if their genetic constitution are different, that indicate that organism show the variation. Okay, then species diversity. Species diversity is nothing but the variety of species within an habitat or a region. Some habitats such as a rainforest, coral reef have many species. Others such as salt flats, polluted streams have fewer. In Australia, more than 80% of plant and animal species are endemics, which means only occur naturally in Australia. Species are grouped together into family according to shape of characteristic in Australia. It is not just individual species that are the endemic, whole families. Animals and the plant are endemic. 7 family of mammals, 4 of the birds and 12 of the endemic. 12 of the flowering plants are endemic Australia. No other country has a many endemic flower plant family as Australia. Okay, that is known as species diversity. Species diversity, that means that species are occur in that particular habitat or the particular region. Such type of species called as a species diversity, and that term you can consider as an endemic species. Endemic species, that means the species or the organism are occurring in only that particular area. With concern that they have given 2 to 3 examples: mammal example, bird example, and the flowering plant example. And Australia is the country that having the more endemic species as compared to other country. Then ecosystem diversity. What is considered as ecosystem? Ecosystem, it is a structure or the system that interacting biotic and abiotic factors, that is considered as a ecosystem. Variety of ecosystem are given in a place. Ecosystem is a community of organism and their physical environment interacting together. An ecosystem can cover a large area such as a whole forest, small areas such as a pond. Ecosystem is a community of organism of physical environment interacting together. Ecosystem may be a large as the Great Barrier Reef or as a small as a back spider, such as the sponges, algae, worms. There are different things are included in here. Ecosystem is nothing but the community, a place where the physical and the biological factor are interacting to each other. That may be pond ecosystem, that may be forest ecosystem, that may be grassland ecosystem, that is anything. That means the region where are the organism and their environment, they are interacting to with each other. Then measuring biodiversity. The measurement of biodiversity are impossible, but some hypotheses are given. On that basis we can consider the measurement. First one is considered as the alpha diversity hypothesis. Let's see. during the consideration of a measurement or the diversity, we have a measure the two concept like species richness and species richness and species evenness. Species richness, that means a specific number of species are more in number, that is considered as species richness. And evenness, that means evenly that species are present, that is known as a evenness. Let's see alpha diversity. Alpha diversity, that indicate the diversity of species in number species within the community. These depend upon the interaction between biotic and abiotic factor, also take account into immigration from the other location. That means a diversity of species, the number of species within the community, that is considered as a alpha diversity. Beta diversity, this is a change in a composition of species with reference change in the environment, that is considered as a beta diversity. You have to change in a composition of species with reference to changes in a environment. That means changes in environment will be take place and the changes will be species also take place. For example, there are the warmer condition, but due to climate change there will be colder condition, the species number also will be a changes. Then gamma diversity, the overall diversity and applied larger area in which both alpha and beta diversity are measures. Okay, there are three types of diversity: alpha, beta and gamma diversity. Let's see environmental values related to the biodiversity. What are the values of environment? The diverse group of organisms found in a particular environment, together with the help of physical and biological environment, together with the physical and biological factors that affect them, the constituent of an ecosystem. Healthy ecosystem are the vital lives. The natural environment is responsible for the production of oxygen, maintenance of water cycle and the other biogeochemical cycle. The more region is a rich terms of a biodiversity. There are a better amount of a carbon dioxide, air releasing oxygen by the product during photosynthesis, control rainfall and the soil erosion. We have here about the natural resources, biodiversity, and when we are considering the environmental uses, we have to consider plant as well as animal as well as microorganism uses in the environment. Then conceptive use, I have explained previously, conceptive that are directly consumed by the human. So biodiversity, that means variety of plants and animals that directly consume the related natural product directly for the food, fodder, timber, fuel, wood. Human uses at least 40,000 species of plants and animals on the daily basis. Many people around the world still depends upon the wild species for most their needs like food, shelter, clothing. The tribal peoples completely dependent on the factors or the forest for their daily needs. Similarly, fishermen in the coastal areas are dependent on the marine resources. The wood derived from the forest has been used from the birth of a civilization fuel, that is known as consumption. And the productive, we have explained previously, that concept are again and again, so don't make confusion. Productive, that means some product developed by the industry by the some processing and that product are you using, that is known as a product. Then social value, that means how biodiversity having the impact on the sociality or the socialism or the society. The lifestyle of ancient people are closely interwoven with their surroundings. The life of indigenous peoples of many parts of the world, the stay revolves around the forest and the environment. Even the modern times, many themselves still live in the forest and meet a daily requirement from their surrounding. Due to modernization, their habitat are being encroached upon their very survival and is at a stakes. So that is the biodiversity most impact on the human socialism, human culture, human clothing and everything. The first human or the old our ancestor having the very close to the environment living. That means they are only living in a forest, that are the using the forest product. But as the modernization, as the moderning peoples, so they become their lifestyles, their habitat, and we have our modern presenter of our human. So that is a modernization make a changes, and the environment and biodiversity also make a changes. Then ethical and the moral values. How are the ethical and moral values? It is based on the principle of a live and the other lives. Morality and ethics teach to preserve the all forms of life and not to harm to any organism unnecessary. Some people take a pleasures to hunting the animals, peoples, and also sometimes degrade and pollute the environment by the unethical actions. Through the proper education and awareness, conscience the people conscience against such practices be raised. We may not deriving the direct benefit from the many plants and animals, but should be they harm because of this. Each species has its own utility in the world and a biodiversity and has every right to the lives. So we have now the one rules. Every animals or the every living lives that has own life, so we do not have a right to destroy them. Okay, that is called as the ethical and the moral actions. Some peoples are only for the entertainment and the enjoying, they are the hunting the animals and the destroying their species or the destroying the environment. Many peoples are the running the industry for the economy, and the pollutant are releases in the environment and the environment become polluted. So that is not a morality. So every peoples has own right, or the every person in the biodiversity has the rules. Every species has own right to live their life. Okay, that is known as a morality and the ethics. Then aesthetic value. We know that is a aesthetic, that means a beautifulness. Due to the biodiversity, any environment or the any area get beautifuls. Like different types of flowers are present, butterfly is present, animals is present, due to which our surrounding make aesthetic and the beautifulness. For example, any house having their flower garden, that house look like beautiful. And if any house there is no any plants and animals there, so that is a look like a barren area. So aesthetic biodiversity is important in the view of aestheticism. Then optional value. There are the some optional, that are the some we have see their necessary value. Then optional, what are the option given by the biodiversity to us? This is refer the values of biodiversity at unknown. That means the unknown value of biodiversity, but needs to the explore the possibility and the uses. The scientists have discovered the name about the 1.75 million species, which is almost important. We should preserve all the world biodiversity that can be used in the future generation. Okay, this is related to the values of a biodiversity. Let's see threats in biodiversity. Which are the important threats? The first important threat, that is extinction. Extinction, that means losing the any species, that is considered as a extinction. Extinction is the most irreversible tragic of all environmental calamities, with which plants and animal species that disappear, and the precious part of a creation of a closely erased by the Michael Saltz, noted the American conservation biologist. That means losing of a species, that is considered as a extinction. So that is the most major threats in biodiversity. It is estimated that the current rate of species extinction is 1,100 millions. time more rapid than the average rate during the last several billion years. The growth of human population, consumption levels, and the mobility of roots must be a serious threats in biodiversity today. While the learning about the negative impact of a human biodiversity, please keep few things in mind. First, rare that human entered and make species extinct, threaten biodiversity and some other ways. Usually those impact unfortunate byproduct of people trying to provide the decent living themselves to serve the other purpose. Okay, that is the first things that is considered as a extinction is a most major things, losing of a species, that is considered as a extinction. Then another most important part, that is a hippo. There may be a threats of biodiversity. The biggest one can remember by using a acronym hippo: habitat loss, invasive species, pollution, human population, and over harvesting. That means a long term we can consider in the short form, that is a hippo. H indicates for the habitat, I indicate for the invasive species, P indicate for the population, pollution, population, and over harvestings. Okay, that are the major threats in biodiversity. Then habitat loss. Let's see habitat loss. What will be happen if any species are living in the forest, and due to the any projects, due to urbanization, that forest will be a destroy, and the habitat of that growing species is become destroyed. Ultimately that species become extinct, or they cannot live far. So that is habitat loss is then invasive species, like human is a invasive species, because first there is a forest and wild animals are present, but due to the invasion, that means entry of a predator or the entry of a invasion, due to their number will be increases. Okay, and number beside will be increases, the that will be a engulf the all remaining species. So it is known as an invasive species. Then pollution, we have known about the pollution and its impact on the human as well as different types of biodiversity species. Then human population, it is the biggest threat in the biodiversity. Human population that create the human population that create their growth, and growth is a dependent on the natural resources, and human at its need is too much, and that are the demanding from the biodiversity too much, and the number of species due to growth is or the number increases, and plant number are very less, so that is human are destroying for their basic needs, that may plants or animals or the anything species. Over harvesting, I have explained previously. Over harvesting, that means production and harvesting, that are two concepts. But any crop are in the field, and that crop uh, having the production there most in 3 months, and we are harvesting that crop in the 3 months, but due to the demand will be increases, we can human harvest from the nature too much. Okay, same way agriculture crop I have given the one example. Same way nature it is a one type of crop for the humans, and human are harvesting just like their needs, but their need day by day will be increases, and over harvesting, due to over harvesting, that species will be get diminished or the destroying or maybe a extinct. Okay, that is known as the over harvesting. Climate change and biodiversity loss, how will be climate change and biodiversity loss will be there. Climate change, we are also know about the climate change and how biodiversity loss. For example, any forest or the any area, they have their proper environment, proper climate, but due to the human activity, that climate will be a changes day by day. That means in a evergreen forest there are the raining, there are the sun, there are the cold. Also they have, before they are having the proper era, but due to the changes in climate, there is a no reason of no timing of raining, there is no timing of raining, and there is no timing of cold cold climate, no timing of sun climate. So they make a climate change, and some species in the forest, they will be a survive in that climate, but some will be a diminished. So that is the biodiversity is lost. Most important reason, that is a climate change. Then conservation of biodiversity, we all know the what is the need of a biodiversity conservation. We have learned the values and the significance of biodiversity. There are the two types of conservation. First is known as the in situ conservation, and another one is the ex situ conservation. Let's see, in situ means what? In situ, that means protected areas, national parks, sanctuaries, biospheres, care forest, and the lakes. And ex situ, that means seed banks, gene banks, long-term captive breeding, animal translocation, tissue culture banks, cryopreservation, botanical gardens, zoo gardens, and the zoo. Okay, let's see one by one. In situ conservation. In situ conservation, on a site of conservation, or the conservation of genetic resource in a natural proportion. In situ, that means their own habitat, we can do the conservation, that is known as the in situ conservation. Is the process protecting of endangered plants and animals in the natural habitat, either the protected, cleaning up a habitat itself, or the defending the species from the predator. They are having a different example. For example, national parks, wildlife sanctuary, and the biospheres reserves. That means their own environment, their own habitat, they have a make a conservation. First, national park is an area the strictly reserved for the betterment of the wildlife, where the activity like forestry, grazing, cultivation are not permitted. So that make a harm to that species, that activity will be not permitted, or not will be performed. In these parks, even private ownership right are not allowed. There are the no any type of uses or the commercialization from that national parks. No any business are dependent. Only one criteria: preserving that habitat for the growing that wildlife. Okay, that is known as a national park. There are the number of national parks in India. We can Google it and we can search it, the number of. Then another concept, the wildlife sanctuary. A sanctuary is a protected area which are reserved for the conservation only animals and human activity like harvesting of timber, collecting of minor forest product, and private ownership right are allowed long they do not interfere. As well as of animals, boundaries sanctuaries are not well defined and control the biotic interference and permitted the tourist activity. Okay, that is known as a sanctuary. Okay, then biospheres reserves, it is a category of protected areas of human population, also forms the part of the system. They are large protected areas, usually more than the 5,000 square kilometer. The biosphere reserves three parts: the core of buffer, transition zones. Let's see the core zone, the inner zone. This is a undisrupted and a legally protected area. Buffer zone, this lies the core. Transition zone, research, education, and activities are the permitted. And third, transition zone, the outermost part of biosphere reserve. Here the cropping, forestry, recreation, fishery, other activities are the allowed. That is considered as a biospheres. Ex situ conservation, we have see the in situ. In situ, that means inside, that means natural habitat we can do the conservation. And ex situ, that means outside of their natural habitat. The first most example, seed gene bank. We have known that is the species, how much species will be survive or not survive. So that is the most important. First, seed gene bank, we have to collect the seed from that every species, or the genotypic content of each species, that means a genome we have preserved in that human control. Okay, and develop that species into the human control. That is considered as a seed gene bank. Then gene bank also, the genetic variability preservation. For example, if any plant they having the wild habitat, wild plant, and we have to preserve that wild character, we have to preserve that gene or the genetic constituent to develop a new variety like this. Due to the human activity or the any activity, that wildlife will be destroyed, so that character we have to introduce. Then cryopreservation, that is one most things, the newest application of technology of preservation of biotic part. This type conservation is done at a very low temperature in a liquid nitrogen. That means with the help of liquid nitrogen and the low temperature, biotic factors are will be conserved. Then tissue culture banks. Cryopreservation of diseases free meristems are helpful for the long term culture. Excise the roots, shoots, and maintain the meristem culture are the very popular plant propagation. It's a virus and the disease free methods of multiplication. We all know about the tissue culture, and tissue culture is one most important techniques. The production of a new plant by using the disease free techniques, that is micro propagation. Then long term capitative breeding. It is methods involve capturing, maintenance, capitative breeding on a long term basis individuals and the endangered species which have lost their habitat permanently or certainly have unfavorable condition and are present in their habitat. That is known as the long term captive breeding. Botanical garden, we have a family. Botanical garden, the precious flowers or the any type of plants you can want to the cultivate, so that we can cultivate in the human control area, that is considered as a botanical garden. Okay, this is about the biological organism diversity or the biodiversity and its concept. I hope you have all understand related to the biodiversity. If you have any doubts related to the biodiversity and its concept, please comment below the section. Thank you.